Hello everybody, this is Van from AORUS, and today we're going to take a look at the brand new AORUS RTX 2080 XTREME. This is the best RTX 2080 on the market. And looking at this card, some of the features that jump out to me are the inclusion of these big gigantic wind force fans out in front. These are completely redesigned wind force cooling fans. As you can see, they are 100mm fans, and actually this one in the middle is being stacked, so it's being overlapped. The advantage of this is that you get bigger fans, which means better cooling, but you're able to keep the card nice and compact to fit inside your system. Also on the front, I don't know if you guys can see, but we have this inclusion of a single LED light on here. So when this illuminates and the fan starts spinning, it creates a halo effect, a RGB halo that looks absolutely great inside your gaming system. Moving over to the side, this is another change that we have for the RTX 2080 series. We have a RGB AORUS colored plate. It kind of has a mirror finish, so it's better to stand out inside your system, and it's a very vibrant, very colorful RGB display. Moving to the back, this is another change that we have for this generation. The RTX 2080 doesn't include the copper backplate that was found on the previous generations. Instead, we removed that and instead have put more thermal pads underneath the backplate to keep the GPU running cool. Let's head over to the rear of the card. This is where you're going to find another change in terms of display ports. We have 7 video output ports in the back. We have USB Type-C, HDMI, as well as DisplayPort. So this gives you the extra flexibility and customizability that you need for your gaming rig. So those were some of the big changes that stand out to me. However, let's go talk a little bit more in depth. I'm gonna hand this over to our product manager, Matt, to talk more about the performance.
Hey guys, Matt here, and I'm going to introduce you guys to the 2080 AORUS card, go into some of the finer details, some of the under the hood performance of this card, so let's just jump right in. The first thing you're going to notice when you get this card in your hands is these cool little LEDs in each of the fan blades. So as these spin around, the faster they spin, they'll create different zones of light around it. Of course, you also have the RGB up here, and this is the XTREME card, so you have the RGB on the back. This is all digital RGB, so you can do wave functions. The AORUS logo here will kind of sweep through like different blues, different reds, so it's not just like set the card to a specific color. You can actually do cool color changes and shifts throughout there. If you look at this card from the side, first thing you're going to notice is that all these fins in here, every other fin is about 1 millimeter, which is super small, but about 1 millimeter bigger than the one next to it. And those higher ones are actually angled to catch the air. So as you get that downdraft of air, it's actually going to angle it down into the card so that it doesn't just blow out to the side. The backplate is very functional as well. So in between the PCB and the backplate, you're going to have thermal pads, and these thermal pads are around the GPU area, all the VRMs, the onboard GDDR6, and what this does is it spreads the heat throughout the entire backplate. So if you have any airflow on this backplate, you're going to be helping to cool the card. So again, it's not like the fins where it's actually dissipating heat. What you're looking to do with this backplate is to spread the heat evenly around the backplate and allow it to dissipate with ambient cooling in your case and any fan pressure that you have on the card itself. So it's just kind of a value-added thing to increase the performance of the card and hopefully to allow it to stay cooler and then clock up higher. I hope you guys enjoyed this deep dive on the 2080, and now back to Van.
Alright guys, so that wraps up the deep dive of the RTX 2080 AORUS XTREME performance. Now I want to talk to you guys about an added bonus that we include in this card, just to kind of make it an extra value proposition. If I can take this out properly. Let's pull this sleeve out and check this out. If you guys can see here, I actually have these little tiny pieces. These actually screw together to create an VGA stand, which we include in the box with all purchases of the AORUS RTX 2080 XTREME. What the VGA stand does is it acts as an anti-sag bracket to keep your card running, to keep your card looking nice and clean in your system. This is important, especially as cards becoming heavier and heavier. You don't want your card bending downwards. So check this out. So what this does is your card will sit in your system like this, The bracket will kind of just help support the card to make it look nice and fresh. Alright guys, so this is included in the box with all purchases of the AORUS RTX 2080 XTREME. So with that being said, that wraps up this video. If you guys want to see more content like this, follow AORUS on social media. We have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, as well as YouTube, or you can visit us on our website. My name is Van from AORUS, and we'll see you guys in the next video.